Hello, I'm Meridith Elliot Powell, owner of Motion First, a company that makes sales fun, easy, and effective. We can help you increase your productivity and your profitability through networking, sales, and service. Have you ever noticed that some people just love to sell? It's as if something in their DNA just resonates with the challenge and opportunity that selling offers. For the rest of us, it's another story. Like many of you, for years, I found sales uncomfortable, unfulfilling, and even a little scary. Every job I had required sales training, sales systems, and sales tracking, along with plenty of accountability. I had bosses who would make sure I stuck to the program. Yes, there was progress, but it was painstaking, and the continual struggle made me yearn for the day when I did not have to do this anymore. Of course, that day never came. Year after year, my dissatisfaction made me wonder, there must be a better way. I laugh to myself now when I hear people say, sales is not my job description, or I'm going to hire someone to sell for me. I can truly relate. I tried every excuse. But pretending we are not in the business of sales just doesn't work. The reason? Selling is a part of life. Whether you have a job, a family, or volunteer in a community, you have to sell. At its core, sales is nothing more than getting people to buy into whatever it is you offer. An idea, a product, a new direction. If you seek a job, encourage a child, start a new program at church, or even simply plan a family outing, sales comes into play. At some point, you will have to sell your idea. You have to understand the value and share your idea in a way that convinces people to participate. Doing that, that's sales. So if selling is a natural part of life, why is it so uncomfortable? The answer I discovered is somewhere along the line, the sales profession went wrong. It became pushing instead of selling, as books, programs, and techniques began to emerge that made selling far more about helping yourself and your company than serving your customer. Ideas were introduced that promoted aggressive cold calling techniques, new ideas on how to close and how to upsell a customer. Unfortunately, they all shifted the focus from customer-centric selling to me-centric selling. No wonder we all started to dislike selling. This new style pushed us too far out of our comfort zone and left us unclear about how to help our customers. Ironically, I watched as my coworkers fought the idea of our organization creating a sales culture, yet daily I observed them in their personal lives selling everything under the sun. I watched as they convinced their friends to try new restaurants, their children to read more books, and their friends to volunteer. So what was different? Why were they fighting this idea of being salespeople at work, but embracing sales in their everyday lives? Because in their personal lives, they didn't think they were selling. They thought they were helping. With this one paradigm shift, you too can begin to discover the key to your natural sales style. The selling technique we use in our everyday life is rooted in a deep desire to help people, to share information and ideas, whereas the style we've been taught in our professional lives is focused on closing the deal as fast as we possibly can. From this observation, I discovered a new way, my way to sell, and to sell successfully. I began to use sales techniques that felt natural for me. Every technique I use is customer-oriented with a focus on value, service, and a long-term relationship. I studied everything I could about relationships, networking, and customer service, and I connected them all to the sales process. The more I adopted my own natural style, the more successful I became. Sales became fun, easy, and effective. The more successful I became, the more others sought me out to ask what I was doing. I not only had a strong book of clients, but I actually looked happy. Now I want you to discover your natural sales talent. I'm on a mission. I want to help people learn to love selling. Why? Because I believe with the right approach, you too can find your sales voice and desire to sell. Selling is both science and art. Yes, you need process, but you also need authenticity. The consistency of process will give you enough turns at bat, but the sale will come from the passion your customers feel emanating from you. I invite you to browse my website, read my blog, learn my techniques, and give me a call. So together, we can help you make sales fun, easy, and effective.